Okay, this is going to be another video on adding and subtracting directed numbers using counters this time. So we've already done one video using counters. There are videos explaining these using number lines as well. They're just different methods that hopefully one of them can get this really solid in your head. Okay, so if you haven't seen the last video on counters, I do suggest you look at it. I'll do a quick recap of the important facts. So first of all, we have yellow and we have red counters. Our yellow counter is equal to +1 and our red counter is equal to -1. Okay, whenever we have a yellow and a red counter together, so you're adding 1 and -1 together, so whenever you compare them up, this is going to come to 0. Okay, so that grouping of two counters, one red, one yellow, gives you 0. So that's -1 and -1 and a +1 goes to give you 0. Right, this time we're going to cross over 0. It poses less of a problem when you're doing counters because it's very visual and you can manipulate it. It should just be the same system for everything, and it is, and it does work. Let's have a look. So last time we were looking at all the combinations of 5 or -5, add or subtract positive or -2. This time we're going to start with the 2 and we're going to add and subtract positive or -5 to it. Okay, so let's start with the 2 and we're just going to add 5 to it. So in terms of counters, what does that mean? That means we're starting off with 2 yellow counters. That's 2 ones to give us the 2, and then we're just simply adding another 5 to them. Okay, so then we can see in total we have 7 counters. They're all yellow, so that's positive. Now we're going to start with 2. Get 2 counters, and we are going to add -5 to it and see what we get. Okay, so how do you represent -5? Well, -1 is 1 red counter, so -5 would just be 5 red counters. Okay, now remember, every time we pair up a red and a yellow, they cancel out and become 0. So we've got 5 red counters, 2 yellow counters. These two we can pair up, these two we can pair up. This becomes 0, so it will go away. This will become 0, so it will go away. That leaves us with 3 red counters, which is -3. Okay, so 2 add -5 gives us -3. Next question, let's have a look at 2. So we're going to start off with 2 again. Subtract 5. Okay, we need to be able to take away 5 yellow counters from these 2. Now we can see we've only got 2 yellow counters, so how can we increase the number of yellow counters without changing the number? Well, if we add a yellow and a red, that's the same as adding 0. So this group of counters is still just worth 2. But now I have 3 yellow counters. I need to be able to take away 5. So let's add a few more pairs. So now I've got 4 yellow counters. And now I have 5 yellow counters. So that means this number still represents 2. Okay, and I need to take away the 5 yellow counters from it. So I can now take away them 5 yellow counters, which leaves us with 3 red counters, which is -3. Okay, so 2 take away 5 gives us -3. Next question, 2 take away -5. Right then, let's have a look. So we're going to start off with our +2. And this time we need to be able to get rid of 5. So get rid of 5 negative counters, so 5 red. So we basically need to be able to be in a situation where we've got 2 and we're able to take away these 5 reds. Now, if I just added these 5 reds, that would not be the same calculation. Okay, we need to make sure that we're in fact starting off with 2. Okay, so hopefully from what we've done before, you should be happy that all of these together is equal to 2 because these are all worth 0. So it's effectively like 2, add 0, add 0, add 0, 0, 0. So it's 2. Now we can get rid of 5 red counters. So let's get rid of them 5 red counters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoops. Which leaves us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that means 2 take away negative 5 gives us 7. Whew. Next up, we're going to start off with a negative 2 and see how that affects our maths. So let's start off with our negative 2, and the calculation we're going to do is negative 2 add 5. So when we're adding, it's fairly easy. You just add that many counters. So I'm going to add 5 yellow counters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, every pair we can get rid of because they cancel out and equal to 0. So them 2. So that's 0, that's 0. What does that leave us with? 3 yellow counters, so that's 3. Next question, we have negative 2 plus negative 5. Negative 2 looks like this. We're just adding negative 5, so we're just adding 5 of these to our 2 that we already have. There's 5 more, so in total we have 7 red counters, so that's negative 7. Cool, we're doing good. Let's do the next one. We have negative 2, and we are going to take away 5 from it. Okay, so remember, this is like taking away positive 5. So at the moment, we don't have any positive numbers here, so we need to get into a situation where we can take away 5 yellow counters. So that means adding them in pairs. We have added 0, we've added another 0, we've added another 0, we've added another 0, and then I'll stick this one here, we've added another 0. Okay, so I've not changed this negative 2. This whole thing here is still worth negative 2, but now I can get rid of 5 yellow counters. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what are we left with? Was 3, 6, 7. 7 red counters, that's negative 7. Last one, here we go. We're going to start with negative 2. And this time we're going to take away, I should just put negative 5. Okay. You can put these in brackets. I haven't, so I'm going to continue doing that, but it would be fine for me to do this. Okay, they mean the same thing. Adding in brackets just doesn't change anything, okay? Okay, so we've got negative 2, and we need to take away negative 5. So we need to be in a position where we can get rid of 5 of these red counters. At the moment, we only have 2, so I want to add 3 more, and the way I can add 3 more is if I add 3 more yellows as well, because remember, these pair up to make 0. Now I can get rid of 5 negative counters, leaving us with 3 positive counters, an answer of 3. Okay. Hopefully that clears up some of your directed number problems. If this way isn't clear, then try looking at the number line as well. I think this way is kind of a bit more intuitive, and once you've got the hang of what these mean, it can make it a lot easier in your head to get around.